Do what?
The text I sent.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good.
Because I was like, because of what happened the week before, we had to run the show.
Yeah, no doubt.
So.
Okay, let me get this going here.
Yes, sir. Good morning.
And let's see if we can check some mic here.
We're good.
There we go.
Beep, beep, beep.
Right.
Beep.
So let me get this here. One.
Now I see the front of your shirt. Who signed it?
Chris Webby, Whitney, Peyton, and Echo.
Very cool.
Okay. Let me get my stopwatch here. And we've got the intro. Okay, so the intro is on. 3, 2, 1.
Good morning, and thank you for tuning in to the Small Business Showcase. I am your host, B-Rad, and thankfully my voice has come back, so I apologize for last week for the scrambled voice sounding. So thank you for tuning in, and hopefully everyone's been staying dry with all the rain we've been getting this week. I have a special guest co-host today. We are bringing back Ruthie. How you doing today, Ruthie?
I'm doing awesome sauce, and thank you for having me back, and I'm glad your voice is absolutely back, because a show without you yapping is not a show.
Thank you. And thank you for being back on. What was the businesses that you have again?
Oh my goodness. So we've got Ruthie's Fantastical Bling with the $8 fashion jewelry, paparazzi, Mutsy's Patique LLC. We are licensed and insured pet sitting, dog walking, and semi-retired grooming. And then I am a Zumba instructor, aka Zen. And then I have other online things as well, but I'm also a digital content creator. I manage and grow pages.
Is there some kind of contest going on with the Small Business Showcase and General Mission Vibes tickets that you're running for us?
Absolutely. So here is what we are doing. If you go to Small Business Showcase, first of all, and follow on Facebook, that is our primary platform for social media at the moment. And if you follow us, not like us, likes are great, but follows are actually better. And then there is a ongoing contest where you can actually win tickets to the Rocky Mountain Vibes. And you have to scroll. There is a link for the showcase podcasts, the past radio shows. And so you have to scroll through that, click on the link, and then scroll. And watch a couple of our shows and let us know what your favorite part from each individual show. And you can comment directly on that link. Again, that's Small Business Showcase. That is actually a page that I manage and have been growing content for B-Rad. And I'm thankful for KRDO News Radio. And we love the support. So yeah, check it out. And it is a weekly drawing. And B-Rad will be picking random people to win tickets to the Rocky Mountain Vibes.
It's not necessarily weekly. We'll see how it goes with it, because I don't want to do it weekly if people don't jump on it. But yeah, it's going to be going on. Figure out what you like the best about the radio show. Give us feedback. Give us criticism. Let us know what you want to see more of, hear more of, all that fun stuff. And if you're looking at the live video, everyone keeps complimenting my shirt that I'm wearing. I got a custom shirt made by Janesta Bleeker
cool.
with Impressive Printing and Design. She's a new small business that is out there trying to get her name out there. So we'll give a shout out to her.
Shout out.
And, if you're looking for a great deal on shirts, lanyards, magnets, she's got you. We're going to be having Steve from Elevate back on today to talk about the art walk and how as well. We do have the next live event for the Elevate art walk. That is going to be next Saturday, June 7th. That is the first and third Saturdays of each month. Friday today, if anyone listening via the radio show today, or if they've watched the live, you have a chance to win 4 General Mission tickets. Send me a text at 719-666-2235 and just be like, hey, I heard your free General Mission tickets to the Rocky Mountain Vibes. And there might be a little contest later because I do have some meet and greets available for Shooter McGavin, still available for June 7th, so you might get a chance to meet him just by listening to the Small Business Showcase radio show right here on KRDO. Live video or the live radio show when it airs every Saturday at 10 a.m.
10 a.m.
And that way we know that it's getting listened to.
Okay.
If you listen after the show airs when it's the podcast, unfortunately that does not count. It has to be either the live video or live on the radio show on KRDO 105.5 FM, 1240 AM, or the live streaming on our KRDO news app as well. So, Ruthie, tell us a little bit more about what you do for pets, because everyone's always looking for a pet sitter, things like that. I've went on vacation and had someone cancel last minute 2 hours before my flight was supposed to be, and it was a nightmare. So let us know a little bit more about your pet services.
Okay, so again, we are licensed and insured. 12 years, almost 13 years strong since we moved to Colorado Springs from Tennessee, Nashville area. And so I offer in-home pet sitting. They come to my home. I do drop-in care, but I don't stay overnight. I also offer dog walking, doggy daycare, where they can come spend a few hours, the whole day, whatever, with us. And so we are taking care of people's fur babies, whether they're on vacay or whether they are work travel and that sort of thing. And so I typically charge a per day rate, and we send pup dates. And if you need info, go to Muttie's Patique LLC on Facebook. And again, walk. So there's a lot of people out there that walk dogs. However, if you're not licensed or insured, it's just like daycare. You know, do you trust your person to take care of them if something were to happen? You know, being licensed and insured, absolutely, that's what they do. They stay overnight. I call them vacations.
Perfect. So I'm going to grab our first guest. We have Benji Toe from Head to Toe Physical Therapy. So bear with me one moment to get them on here.
Okay, Facebook, and let us know. There's a link. There's a post and a link so that you can click on to see all the different podcasts and then watch a couple of them and whatever you like.
And we got our next guest here, Benji Toe from Head to Toe Physical Therapy. How you doing today, sir?
Doing well, Brad. Thanks.
Definitely. So what made you get into physical therapy?
Well, I had a lot of injuries as a kid growing up. I grew up with 3 older siblings, and we were always playing sports, and for some reason I was always the one getting hurt. So that kind of got me exposed to it, and got into it in school, and yeah, just took off from there.
So Head to Toe, is it, like when people will see it, it's head to THO. So why, for the audiences who... Yeah, I butchered that. TOH.
Yeah.
Close.
But for the people who don't know, why did you choose that for your name, for your business?
Yeah, that's just my last name, so it's just a funny play on words. Is really all it is. So yeah. But yeah, I also found that it resonated with just kind of the way I do things, in that I look at a whole person when I treat them, and sometimes in the medical system, people feel like a number, or like they can only look at one thing at a time, and that kind of thing. But I'm a believer in that when you're dealing with an injury or some pain, like you got to look at the whole picture, and so it kind of lines up with just the way I see things and the way I do things.
He does care, because we've known each other for 3 years now, and he was determined to get me to come and let him help with my back. And I'm like, I've been told by doctors it's muscle spasms, no one could do anything, I'm just done. And you remember the conversation after I said that?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, it was just, I've heard your story, unfortunately, a lot of times from people. And I think the medical system right now, unfortunately, while it obviously does a lot of great things, there's definitely some missing points there. And when it comes to lower back pain, I just personally believe we could be doing better. And so, unfortunately, I hear that story all too often, and that's what I specialize in treating. And so when you told me your story, I was like, man, I just knew I could help you. And I felt bad for, what you were dealing with. And to me, I saw the solution. I was like, look, trust me, I can help you with this. And yeah, you can share your own part of it. But.
He looked me right in the eyes and said, look, give me a chance. That's all I'm asking you. Just give me a chance. I said, fine. 3 years later, I feel great. He really helped. Don't need no painkillers anymore. still do the stretches and stuff that he's taught me with his physical therapy. He is someone that truly does care for his clients. And
love to hear that.
That's why we have him on today, is because he's a special person that needs to be known. Now, because he doesn't like people being numbers, you don't do insurance at all. Is that correct?
That's right. Yeah, so I do things a little differently. And when I started my business, I just decided to set out on a different path. And that path is definitely growing, I think, in the medical system in general. But for me, it was about just getting away from the bigger system and the constraints that it had. And there's a lot of red tape. There's just kind of a lot of unnecessary steps you got to go through. And in my opinion, it's just inefficient, and sometimes it's not helpful. Sometimes it's even hurtful to patients. And so I just felt that bypassing that entire system and just eliminating that third party, so to speak, and being able to just deal with a person directly one-on-one and figure out what they need, what can we do to help them, it just makes the process so much easier. It makes a lot more sense, and it's just more effective.
How does it make the process easier? What's a prime example that a consumer may see that's easy, but may not realize that it's because of the route you decided to go?
Yeah, absolutely. So insurance, because they're the payer, they basically decide how everything goes. And so that includes what doctor you can see, when you can see them, what care is provided or not provided. They make pretty much all the decisions, which is really kind of crazy when you think about it, because, last I checked, I was the one who went to school, got the degree to help people with these kind of problems. And if the insurance is making the decisions over me, it doesn't make any sense, right? And so, the way I explain it is, like, in short, we can skip a lot of unnecessary steps a lot of times, because insurance makes you sometimes just do things you wouldn't otherwise need to do, like, oh, we know you need surgery, but you have to do X, Y, and Z. You have to take these pills first. You have to do physical therapy first. You have to whatever, right? They have this, like, literal list of requirements. And yeah, definitely I'm a believer in, like, trying physical therapy before surgery in a lot of circumstances, but that shouldn't be the insurance's decision to make, because that depends on the unique individual and the circumstance. And sometimes that's just not appropriate. And there's other variations of that. But basically we can bypass all those steps, and me as a professional can just say, hey, this is what I think you need based on my training, my education, my experience, and just do that, right? Do what makes sense instead of doing all these unnecessary steps.
And how long have you been in business now?
Coming on, let's see here, 4 years, which is crazy, yeah.
So
Congratulations to you.
They put you through all the pain management, which really, in essence, sometimes goes nowhere when you can do, like, a diagnosis. Like, how do you figure out what they need?
Well, yeah, don't get me started on pain management, 'cause that world is a mess.
I know.
So I love actually helping people with chronic pain, but the what people think of when they hear chronic pain is like, oh, I just need meds. And you go to a pain specialist, like, literally, if you Google, like, pain specialist or pain doctor, literally the only treatments they do are manage your medications.
They do.
And, okay, yes, again, in some instances that is necessary and it's a part of the plan. But literally that's the only option. It drives me nuts, since I'll meet people like you, Brad, who come to me and say, hey, I've had this back pain for 20 years, and literally only thing they were ever told was medication. This medication, that medication. And it's crazy to me. And I'm just like, again, I look at the whole picture. They never talk to you about what kind of movement you were doing, what your diet was like, what stress was like in your life, right? They never mentioned any other form of care that can actually help you heal instead of just throwing a Band-Aid on it. But that's what the system is kind of set up to do. And it's completely messed up. And it ruins people's lives, frankly. Worst case scenario, they get addicted to pain medications. They get surgeries they don't end up needing. They're disabled. Like, they can't work because they were just never given a real solution.
And that's what my husband's gone through, is he's had to go through pain management both in Tennessee and Colorado. And basically, he goes, they give the script, and then the pharmacy is like dangling like a carrot over your head and saying, oh, you have to wait until this day to get that. And so, sadly, there's no resolve.
Yeah, it's just a whole messed up world, and it just leads. First, I'm sorry to hear that he's going through that.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's sad. It's truly sad.
I might have to give you a call.
Yeah, I mean those are the people I feel for. It's just because, like, I'm like, there's a better way, but people don't know it because this is the way the system is set up.
It is, and he was diagnosed with autoimmune, which is the opposite of lupus, and they all fall in that same category per se. And so he suffers from the fibro, the chronic RLS, everything autoimmune associated.
Yeah.
And so we actually went through chiropractic,
Sure.
and it's all central nervous generated.
Yeah.
And so his spine, add degenerative in there too, and so his spine is compressing, and over time, and so managing his pain for him is like slim to none, even when he's doing the right things.
Sure.
Yeah. So I might have to give you a call.
Absolutely.
So how can someone get a hold of you if they wanted to schedule an appointment?
Yeah, the easiest way is just go on my website, headtotoe.com, and toe is spelled TOH. And it's got more information they can learn about kind of what I do, how I operate, and they can reach out, give a call, and schedule. I always like to do a discovery call with any potential incoming clients just to answer any questions, learn more about what they're dealing with, and ultimately see if it's a good fit, see if I can help them out first, and then get them set up that way.
Now, we are almost out of time, so why should someone give you a call versus any other physical therapist out there?
That's a great question. There's a lot of great physical therapists in town, but I definitely do things differently in that, like I said, because I'm out of the system, I can spend more focused time, provide a quality experience where a person doesn't feel like a number, and just do a good job and really prioritize their health without insurance or a bigger medical system kind of deciding for them what should be done.
Sweet. And you're on Facebook? What
Facebook,
other
Instagram is probably my biggest platforms. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome sauce. Glad
Well,
you came.
thank you so much.
Thank you so much for being on, Benji, and you have a great rest of your day.
All right, you guys too.
So next we have our newest sponsor. It's been a minute trying to get him on. We have Alex from Super Moving Brothers. How you doing today, Alex?
Doing good. Appreciate you having me. Yeah, sorry, I like to act like I'm pretty busy.
Act like you're busy.
It's all a show.
So he's wearing his shirt that I saw him in. We were at the Vibe Stadium, and I saw Super Moving Brothers, and it looked like a Mario thing.
It does. It really does. Very cool.
Happened to park next to him, and I'm like, love your Mario shirt. He's like, it's not a Mario shirt. It's my company shirt. And then he threw me this cool business card that looks like the Mario stage. So
yes.
Like I hear the theme music in my head.
I love it. It gets noticed. I love when people notice it, and I could just walk through a parking lot, and they're like, I love your hoodie. I'm like, it's not Mario's, it's my moving company. It's my little 2 seconds to put it out there. Super Moving Bros.
How did that come about?
So I had a friend that made this for me, and he had it made through a company here, something called the Cannabis. I've never been there. I've been looking for this guy. If anybody knows him, please put him in contact with me, because God, he had this hoodie custom made through there, and I want more. Everybody wants them. So y'all know anybody, or y'all know the guy at the Cannabis? Yes,
Shout
Cannabis. Yes, shout out to him. Yes, hook him up with me.
So what made you come up with the name Super Moving Brothers?
Super Moving Bros. I tell you, when I was coming up with the name, I had a list of what I thought were really good names. I had all kinds of good names for a moving company. I had like Home Runners. I was like, we could wear, kind of a baseball themed uniform and everything. And then I'm going down the list of stuff I have, and I'm like, Super Moving Bros. And that stuck with me.
It just hit?
I'm like, Super Moving Bros. I'm like, nah, that's the one. And I stuck with that one. And yeah.
So when you came to Super Moving Brothers, is it you and a brother or anything like that?
So,
like, who's your Luigi?
Yeah, it was me and a friend at the beginning. He was my Luigi. He was there to help me out at the beginning. Me and him did HVAC together when we started. I'd be out there on the HVAC site doing hard work, and I started this company on the side. So I'd be getting, daily work. They'd call me in the middle of the day, and I'm on the job site. I'd drop that tool belt, head out, help them on their move real quick, and then head on back to the job site, all tired. I just moved all this heavy stuff, put that tool belt back on, and stay till 8 or 9 o'clock at night. So security was kicking us off the job site, so. You
and your buddy still working together? Or?
No, I haven't worked with him in a long time. I don't know what he's up to. I miss him a lot sometimes, but, we've grown since then and been doing a lot of big things, so yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So do you do junk removal too, or is it strictly moving?
So I do strictly moving. I offer junk removal because I have a connection in the junk removal industry, and I like to help out other local businesses. So same with cleaning. If people are looking for cleaning after we move them out, I hook them up with another local company that takes care of that. you know, but they take care of those services. We're just the moving.
Sounds like you and those the junk person and cleaning person needs to join my BNI.
He's in a BNI. So yeah, I'm looking at BNIs. I'm looking at joining one. I used to be part of BNI, and I love it. Yeah, I have nothing bad to say about it.
Got to get you come back now.
Oh yeah, I'm trying.
So what made you decide that, hey, I'm going to just start moving stuff and leave the HVAC world and go into the moving, since it started out as a side?
Yeah, well, I mean, I was constantly reading articles. It was in my feed everywhere, you know, horror stories going on in the moving industry. People who are having movers just not show up on them and ghost them, where they're calling them and they're not answering. People holding their furniture literally hostage until people pay more than what was agreed. You know, all kinds of a list of horror stories that I'm like, I can help this industry. I can change this and build a team where they can trust us, that they know we're going to be there on moving day. So I tried to build this name from day one to change the moving industry. So I want people to know that Super Moving Brothers is going to be there for you. We are not some random guys doing this on the side. We are moving professionals. We are highly trained in the art of moving. We're going to be there for you. We're not going to ghost you. You have my direct cell phone at all times. So we're there to fill a need in the moving industry and really change the moving industry.
Do you give the little kids like a little switch when you're moving and stuff with Mario Brothers, anything like that?
A switch, they'd love that, huh? No, I tell you.
No, you don't give it to them. You just let them play, and then you take your switch back.
Oh, I like that. No, one time, I tell you, I had a client call me, and he was like, hey, my kids love Mario Brothers, so that's why I picked you. You know, he actually thinks the Mario Brothers are showing up tomorrow. You know, and he was all excited. And I showed up the next day, literally dressed like Mario. I mean, with the Mario hat and costume on and everything. Oh, wow. And I gave that kid a little Mario Brothers gift basket with little Mario gifts in it and everything. And you know, hopefully made his day. You know, and I want him to remember that. He's going to grow up remembering, yeah, Mario moved me when I was a kid.
So if you're a gamer and you love gaming, no matter your age, just let Alex know and he'll come dressed up to move. He'll move in the Mario outfit.
I'll tell you, I'll buy another costume, whatever. But yeah, I love doing stuff like that. We actually care about our clients, so doing little stuff like that actually shows them we care.
And don't you have a first pitch for your birthday at the Vibes game coming up?
Hey, so July 6th, over at the Vibes game, I'm going to be throwing out the first pitch, the opening pitch. I'm very excited. I've been working on it. Hopefully I don't botch it.
The ball's going to go up and then down.
Yeah, I don't want to be 50 Cent.
The catcher's going to be standing there like...
Conor McGregor.
Was he supposed to throw that?
Where'd that go, buddy? Yeah, no, hopefully I do pretty good. Let's not jinx it, though.
Well, it's right after all the 4th of July fireworks, and you'll be in the suite on the 5th, so...
Yeah, I'm telling you, this is my shot. They're going to see it. They're going to be like, man, that kid's got an arm. Sign him.
Next thing you know, Super Movie Brothers closing. He's joining the Vibes baseball.
Never. We're here for you always. Always remember, Super Moving Brothers is there. You can
he answers his cell phone and runs off the mound. I gotta go to the movie.
I'll be
pause the game.
Yeah, we're always going to be here. Like I said, we're building this name. We want everybody to know. When you see us, you see Super Moving Brothers, you see that logo. You see us out there, and you know we're here to save the day. You know, I tell my guys, you know, when people see that Avengers symbol, they're here to save the day.
Well, what about, you were saying something about Pivot and Friends. What's that links with your business? Because we can at least talk about it.
Pivot! I tell you, everybody knows that scene, and we're here to save you from that moment. You don't want to be that guy.
You don't want to be Ross.
Asking your friend to come help you move a couch, and you're there. Pivot! Pivot! Shut up! Like, no, you don't want to be the bad guy. Don't give your friends another reason to hate you. just call the moving professionals. We'll take care of that for you. You sit back and relax.
So
He'll take you out like Mario.
Yes, we're here in the Springs. We do service surrounding areas.
Okay.
We go all the way up to Denver. I just came back from Albuquerque doing a move literally 2 days ago. Yeah.
Oh,
So you will do out-of-state moves for customers too?
Yeah. We try not to, but we're there for you if you need to, but we're pretty local. But this client was somebody who really liked us, and we've helped them locally a bunch of times, so I was like, hey, we're there for you. I'm going to help you out.
So what is the best way someone can contact you to get a quote for a move?
Yeah. Contact me at 719-235-3766. That is my direct cell phone. My name is Alex. I'll give you an estimate. I do want everybody to know if you got any kind of moving coming up, it doesn't matter what day it is, but if you book us before June 6th, you'll get a third mover for free. So I got you. It's like $50
They just got to mention KRDO, right?
Yeah, exactly. You heard me on the news radio.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So before June 6th, get you that extra mover because you don't want to be moving in the heat or the rain right now.
Yeah, the weather elements are something out here in Colorado, but we got you.
Love having you as a sponsor too.
Oh yeah, thank you for the
cool.
opportunity.
Definitely.
I'll be rad.
Out of time here, but with you being a sponsor, we'll have you back on too, so that way we can really get to know you some more.
Yeah,
and check out his commercials running on KRDO and give him a shout and at least get a quote from him and meet this guy.
Yeah, I appreciate you. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you.
Sir Alex.
Right.
So we are heading to break right now, so we want to give a shout out to our sponsors, Brandy Pendleton with Pendleton Heating and Cooling, Alex with Super Moving Brothers, and then we are having a couple of spots open for sponsorships, so if you want to take advantage and help out other local businesses with your sponsorship for the Underdog, definitely reach out to me either by going to my website, showcase-sb.com, the Small Business Showcase Facebook page, Finding BRAD on Facebook, or just give me a call or text at 719-666-2235. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after these messages.
Perfect.
You good? Came in.
Stick around.
You can if you want, but you don't have to.
Hey.
How are you doing? Hey, I
Just
know
let
you.
Tammy know.
I know you.
Yeah, you've been to a few of our events.
Yes.
Yeah, fresh.
How's that Super Silver Surfer coming?
I think I forgot to print it. I'm glad you asked.
Good morning, and thank you for tuning in to the Small
Sounds
Business
better than last week with my voice. You still need help with the insurance, by the way? You said last time that we were talking that your insurance dropped you.
Oh yeah, but the company just moved out, so they do their same thing and just do whatever.
I was going to send you some insurance people if you needed it.
Yeah, Heather does that, and same with that guy. I think his name was Alex.
Austin?
Next to me. Austin, that's right.
I gave him your number because I didn't know if you had anything going on with that or not.
Yeah, I use Ron's daughter just because he rents the building and she's his daughter. So
Smart.
I've been using her. Yeah.
Okay, here we go for 2.
Thanks for doing this, man.
Of course.
Over in 3, 2, 1.
Thank you for tuning in again to the Small Business Showcase on KRDO News Radio. We have a very special guest on right now. We have Steve from Elevate Glass Gallery. How you doing today, Steve?
Great, and hello out there to everybody in Colorado.
Yes.
So next week, June 7th, is going to be the second art walk. How do you feel the first one went?
I feel it went phenomenal. We had more vendors than I could have dreamed of. I think a lot of people stopped just from seeing the activity on the street that had never heard of us before. And so I think it was a super giant big win.
Clever idea.
Yeah, and then I had this amazing artist, musician, Peter Wooten. he came and he just is just unreal. His music is beautiful, good Americana rock music, and just really great. So he'll be at our next one with his other band called Sledgehammer, and then we have another artist, K.O. Kelly, who will be there as well. So I'm excited about that.
Where do they perform on? Because the way your parking lot is, I just don't see where they would put the stage. Where do you have them perform on the parking lot, or do they perform inside the building?
They're outside, and because it's pretty loud. And so last time they were right in front of Ron's Peak Furniture.
Oh, wow.
And this time, I don't know, we might go down all the way a little bit further down Platte. My neighbor's area is big and wide open, or we might put it on top of Ron's area. We have an Airbnb up there with a deck on the roof. So we might do that. I haven't decided. And I'll let Peter Wooten help me out with that decision. So
Airbnb. Sounds like you need to get in touch with some travel agents so you can start getting that rented out some more.
Yeah, and it's doing pretty good on the Airbnb platform, and so I'm excited about that.
Now, how did the Elevate food truck do that day for the art walk? Because you were open, right?
Yep, we're open. We're now open 5 days a week from 11 to 6 o'clock, and it did really, really great that day. I think too. It's a pizza that doesn't exist in the world. It's the only fire-baked smoked pizza, baked potatoes, and pineapple. So
wow.
I am not a pineapple fan, so I won't try the pineapple, but I can recommend the pizza. The pizza is amazing.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Of course. Pineapple. I didn't get to make it myself to the art walk because I had lost my voice. People could tell from the radio show last week, but it took me out for almost 2 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and so I do plan to be there for June 7th, but for anyone who didn't go, what's some things that they can expect based off of your first event?
I don't know. Lots of different art from local artists. We did territory days, and I'd say 80%, 70% of the vendors there are not local. So it's I'm excited about it because it's a bunch of local vendors there, and there's all kinds of different art there, be it stained glass, paintings, handmade stuff, all kinds of really cool stuff. And everybody there is really friendly and really is supporting the project of the art walk, which will help us to have a makers classes in there as well.
Oh, wow.
And then the goal is from 3 to 5 that the local neighborhood kids can come there, a place where they can get off the streets, do some stuff if they're latchkey kids like I was. And and then bringing the older folks in as well to be some of the teachers to some of the stuff. So I find it as a big win-win for both the generation that's getting ready to check out and then the generation that's just beginning to come over and take their place. So
great way to give back to the community too.
Yeah, and it's a win for me because I love art and I love the creation. That's what I do, is I create things.
Would you say the makers class that you're thinking about, is that going to be focused on glass like the rest of your business, or will it be other types of art for that?
Absolutely. So we'll have our glass blowing classes there, but there'll be all kinds of stuff, be it painting, ceramics, crochet. There's just a lot of different things, woodworking, and I'm sure the classes will expand once I get going and bring it in.
So how did the idea come about to do the art walk? 'Cause I think it's super cool.
Well, it was A, to bring some attention to my shop, and then B, I'm going to have to fill up the store with stuff. And so this allows us also the ability to have consignment stuff in there, which will then broaden what we actually sell. Right now to just glass, be it all kinds of different things. But yeah, I just love art, and this is a great way to
art is really cool
to do what I love.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's nice, and it's right on Platte and Boulder, so it is on Platte. Nice way to bring exposure to everybody. So it's
big nice. Old pretty purple building now. Used to be blue and now purple. What's the address of the location though?
It's 2438 East Platte, and it's right on the corner of Platte and Boulder. So.
Literally, you go one side on Boulder, you still access the store.
Yeah.
Yep, and you can park on both sides, Platte or Boulder. So it's kind of nice that we got free parking there, and Obviously during
free
the
parking,
walk,
everybody, free parking.
Yeah, obviously during the art walk, it's kind of filled up. So we're taking up all the parking around the neighborhood. But all the local businesses have been real receptive to that too. So
if someone goes to your pizza truck and tries the pizza or potato, do they get something if they say KRDO?
Yeah, we have a first time. If you're first time there, mention that, and we give you a 20% off your first time, because I know once you try it, you'll love it. So
just mention KRDO and you get 20% off your order just by listening to the show and getting rewarded, because trust me, that pizza is amazing.
It's different.
I keep hearing that. I'm going to have to go try some pizza. Maybe
I am not a pineapple fan, but I'll make a deal. If you get 5 people that come and mention KRDO and get the 20% off, I'll come by and try your pineapple, and we'll do a live for it.
Have you ever had baked pineapple before?
I've had pineapple in general, and it's too tart for me. But everyone says I bought a bad one from the store, but it was way too tart and sour for me.
Yeah, once you start heating it up and baking it, that tartness kind of goes away. We also put brown sugar on it, so it caramelizes and gets it all good, and then a little hint of smoke.
Ruthie's about to run and go try it before she goes home.
I probably will.
Yeah.
How does somebody get to be a vendor? Like, do they reach out to y'all, or?
Yeah, you can just go to elev8arts.com, pronounced elevatearts.com. And then sign up if you want to be a vendor. If you want to just help us out, we can always use volunteers. So yeah, it's pretty easy. And then we got a nice page there where promotes you as well, and you can click on it and see all your stuff and jazz like that.
But you only want to kind of stay focused with the art vendors versus any other general vendors out there, correct?
Yeah, Brad will always have an exclusion where he can get in there. I'm very loyal to the people that have helped us out, but we're really trying to focus on that. I'm really excited. I think not this one, but the next one, we'll probably have 5 or 6 different kid artists there, and that's really tying the whole where the Elevate Arts goes to. And last time we had a beautiful young little girl. She was doing 7 years old. She was doing glitter tattoos, so that was really cool as well.
I have still not seen, outside of pictures online, I've not personally seen glitter tattoos. Don't know anyone that does it. I'm talking about the actual ink tattoos, though, not like the fake ones that you put on, but you can actually get permanent glitter tattoos now.
Oh, yeah, I haven't seen that either. I have seen that people do cremation tattoos, which is pretty neat and stuff like that.
That's spooky to me.
Spooky.
You're going to have to be haunted the rest of your life. But speaking of cremation, I mean, you have those beautiful, like, necklaces and things you could do with cremation yourself with glass, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That's just one of the most beautiful things I've ever been a part of is putting people's ashes inside a glass. It's just really beautiful. And the emotion that people have when they get their stuff back, it's just unreal. I've never been a part of anything like that either, so it's pretty awesome.
Is this for humans and pets, things like that, or is it strictly pets, when it comes to the cremation?
Really, it's any pet, whether it be a fish or a human, be a loved one. So really any loved one is, once it's cremated, we get the ashes and we put it into the glass, which is also another remarkable process, seeing the ashes on the glass going in.
Just to say, that'd be cool to watch as you put the ash into the glass.
Yep, it's pretty cool.
See how it all comes together.
Yeah, it's neat.
And the glasses look beautiful. You're going to be having sample of the glass, at least, at the art walk, right? Where they can see the different options that they can do?
Yeah, we have that in the store, Elevate Glass Gallery. And we also have a live glass blower out there performing. And we will have a fire artist. Kenny will be performing.
Kenny's a good dude.
Yeah, he's really awesome. I love that guy. So yeah, I'm excited. I didn't think fire would work during the day, but he's like, yes. And we had it at one of our last events, and it was just amazing. I love fire, kind of why I got into glass blowing. But yeah, it's fire. Who doesn't like it?
Fire is fun to watch.
It is.
There's so many different flames and so many different levels of the flame itself, and fire. It's just pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I met Kenny at your October Heady Fest or Heady Halloween.
Yeah.
And then he was at my Blaze the Night event in February, and in the snow and cold, still doing so many cool different things with the fire, and well, it's even letting people try it themselves. I didn't try it. I'd be afraid to set myself on fire, but I might have to try it sometime because it does look fun with what he does.
Yeah, he's a rock star.
Definitely is. Is there anything else that you would want the people to know about the art walk, especially if they didn't go to the first one? Because it's going to be every first and third Saturday. So what?
Absolutely.
What's some other things you would want people to know?
Just know that when you're a part of that, you're a part of Colorado Springs. I've been born and raised here, and so it's just a really cool event. And these artists, some of them are fresh and new to the scene, and so it really gives them some great exposure. And just come out, say hi, enjoy the great music. Again, we'll have Sledgehammer there. Peter Wooten is the singer of that band, and it's just really, really good times. Great food. We'll have some more food trucks there as well this time, and it's just a good time.
Any specific food trucks you want to give a shout out to that will be there, or is that still being finalized?
It's still being finalized. I believe we're going to have a Southern food truck there. I know that's one, and then we had some. I think that's it right now.
So if you're a food truck vendor, reach out to Elevate 8 and Steve and
absolutely
see what they can do.
Absolutely.
How do they reach out to be a vendor or a food truck? Do they reach out to you directly? Do they go to the store? What's the best way to get signed up if they want to join the Art Walk?
Yep, they can go to the store, or they can go to Elevate Arts, and that's ELEV8arts.com, and sign up there, and it's fairly simple. And then I reach out to you and put up your link and everything like that to try to help promote you as well.
I'm going to be showcasing y'all on Small Business Showcase page as well. So if there's any graphics or any images you want me to use, DM me and let me know.
Absolutely.
And I'll put some cool content
Thank
together
you so
for you.
much.
Absolutely. That's what I'm doing. I'm growing his page. So
we need all the help we can get.
Don't we all?
And thank you, Brad.
Be rad. Be rad. Be rad.
Yes, sir. I can't wait for the Super Silver Surfer that we're getting made too, especially with you put my dogs on it. Like, I know we can't really go into much detail due to FCC rules, but definitely when you're at the Art Walk, go into the store and ask them about the Super Silver Surfer and get the knowledge that comes with that product. He's putting a picture of my dogs on it and stuff, and I can't wait. Like, this man has done so much for the community that we don't ever have enough time. We're going to have to do a whole month of just interviewing Steve alone to be able to do half of what he's done for the community and for the people out there. So we really appreciate you for everything you do for the veterans, for women, for just everything too.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. I love it.
How long is the Art Walk going to be going on? All summer long?
All summer long, and we'll even go as far as we can into fall to where it's not too cold. But yeah, it's from 2 to 6 every first and third Saturday.
Good hours, good hours.
If it rains like it's been raining this whole last week, are you still going to be hosting it, or would it be canceled? Should they watch the Facebook page?
Yeah, definitely check it out. I think we'll rock and roll, see how it is. You know, Territory Days, thought it was going to rain a whole bunch, and it really worked out really beautiful. I think as long as you just put up this good energy bubble, it pushes all the rain and everything out and allows our little areas to be good. And that was cool at Territory Days, all the great energy there and everything like that, and kept it nice and dry.
Speaking of Territory Days, so me and Steve didn't meet so after the fact, but Territory Days is how I discovered your business.
Nice.
Because it was Territory Days last year.
Yeah.
And looking at, it was a Darth Vader Super Silver Surfer, and I was just like, what is that? And Rebecca, your store manager, was there and told me all about it.
Yep.
Yeah, she's part owner, right?
Yep, absolutely. She runs the stores, and without her, I couldn't do it. So
she's an amazing person, and she's the one that got me more involved with Elevate. So she's the one I met at Territory Days a year ago, and that's how we all got connected to where we are today.
Yeah.
It was because of Territory Days.
Yeah. It's great fun there. The people are amazing, you know, and there's a lot of local people just running down the street, all the people, and it's cool. I love it.
Definitely. Well, we are at a time, again, how can they get a hold of you for the Art Walk if they want to be a vendor, and where do they go just to the general public to go and see this on next Saturday the 7th?
Yep, you can go to Elevate Arts, ELEV8arts.com, and if you're looking to be a vendor or a volunteer, hit that up. And it's on the corner of Platt and Boulder at 243 East Platt Avenue.
And if you're looking to build up like a resume for college or whatever, volunteering is a good option.
Absolutely. And we need as much help as we can get. So.
Awesome. Well, thank you for coming, and
absolute pleasure.
hope to see y'all soon. Depends on my crazy life, so.
Yeah, life is crazy.
It is.
It's fun.
But I'm excited.
Right on.
Thank you.
Fresh, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
That's it?
I think we're good.
All right, cool. Well, thanks. Let me get your...
Mobile?
Why are we on dead air?
Oh, because we're networking over here real quick.
I think we're done now.
All right. PM me your info. Hey!
How are you doing?
I should get out and let him
Small
go.
Business Showcase. Follow us on Facebook and help grow our page.
All right. The last victim here on the showcase is a very special friend of mine. We have Lance Gilbert. He owns Town and Country Home Improvements Handyman Service, but he's also launching a special business, Finishing Touch Basement. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you doing today?
We're doing great. So, Town and Country Home Improvements, how did that start up?
Well, I moved here 2008, 2009. I was already a general contractor in California. So came out here, took the test, and just created my new business here, Town and Country Home Improvement. And then as a GC, I started doing home improvement, home repair jobs.
And so do you do just like basic repair where it's, oh, my drawer's stuck, I need it fixed, all the way to, hey, I'll rebuild your house? Or where is the line that you draw when it comes to your handyman services?
Yeah, so I am a B1 licensed general contractor. I could build custom homes if I wanted to, and I did that in my past life. I did everything from custom homes to fix and flips. In California, in my younger years, I was a real estate broker and a general contractor there. But after moving here and starting my company here, focused just on the construction side of things. My mom was a kitchen designer for 25 years, so my grandpa was a custom home builder, and so I kind of grew up in the trades. And so I love doing kitchens, I love doing custom baths, custom tile work, and then that just evolved. Can you do this? Oh, can you help me with this? And so interior, exterior home repairs, improvements, renovations, honey-do lists, handyman lists, work for a lot of real estate agents, real estate brokers, and property managers, doing all of their repairs and renovations.
So you're expanding in then into a construction-only finishing touch basements.
Yes.
How is that looking for you? Why are you switching from handyman to finishing touch?
It's actually, that's an easy answer. I'm getting older, and the body isn't what it used to be. I can't do everything that I used to be able to do in my younger years, and so I looked at that and I'm like, what do I really enjoy doing? And I really enjoy custom basements. And so I was like, well, that's kind of where my body is leading me to do.
Not the basement.
Well, I love basements because at that point I am truly a general contractor. And when you're doing a basement, I draw the plan. So what I provide to the consumer or the customer is, rather than a builder that says, okay, if you want us to finish your basement, it's cookie cutter, right? They tell you the design, they tell you where the bedroom is, the bathroom is, they tell you all the finishes. And let's just hypothetically say it costs $30,000 to do a basement. I can come in for about the same price. I can do a custom layout exactly like the homeowner wants. Plus, I can do custom finishes. So now, for about the same price, the homeowner gets to pick their own tile that they want, their own flooring or carpet color, paint choice. Maybe they want a different type of texture on the walls. Maybe they want a different type of door. And so I can actually do complete custom process from start to finish for about the same price as what the builders would give you with a cookie cutter and just basic finishes. So that's kind of the route I'm deciding to go. I have people that are in the trades. I have my electrician, I have my plumber, I have my HVAC guy, I have a great drywall guy, a great painter, and that allows me to go in there, help design everything, and then basically just schedule things in a way that it runs very smoothly. I deal hands-on with the homeowner in picking their finishes and the design process. And so, in a I'd say month and a half to 2.5 months, we've completed their project, and they're usually very happy with the end result.
Why did you choose basements over kitchen, bath, redoing bedrooms? Because there's so much that you could do with finishing touch, but you shows basements?
Well, and that's a very good question. And if I did just kitchens or if I did just bathrooms, then in a way that kind of limits me to just those. If you look at a basement, especially out here in Colorado Springs, usually within the basements, you have a kitchen, a kitchenette, which is everything except a stove usually. So I'm doing kitchens, and usually in a basement you have 1 or 2 bathrooms. So rather than doing a bathroom model for this person or a bath or a kitchen, I've got a kitchen and I've got 2 baths within the basement that I'm doing. So it gives me, frankly, more work.
So for the listeners right now who don't have anything with their basement, if they were to call you right now, how can they call you? Or what's the number to call you? And is there any specials right now just for the listeners of Small Business Showcase to give you the opportunity to show them what you can do with the basement?
Yeah, I'll give you my direct cell number. I'm always accessible, 719-694-4414. I'll say it again, 719-694-4414. All the time I offer military, police, veterans, first responders. They get 10% no matter what off of all the labor in the job. And then sometimes I'm able to secure discounts on materials depending on the vendor. And if I'm able to do that, I pass that along. I don't hide it and keep those funds or anything. I want to pass that along to the consumer. So I offer that as well. If somebody calls me, I'll just throw this out there. I'm kind of creating this on the cuff, but if somebody was to call me within the next 30 days from when this airs, then I would give them another 10% off the finished price of the basements, off my labor. They still pay.
If they were in military, they would get 20% off for just listening to the show and reaching out to you.
That's correct, yeah. Military, police, fire, first responders, veterans. So yeah, I would love to extend that opportunity.
So if you're listening right now, especially if you're a veteran or law enforcement, definitely take advantage of that, because I've seen the pictures from this man and what he could do, and he's done some amazing work.
How far out are you booked?
I'm usually, because I do so many, smaller jobs, I'm probably booked out 3 to 5 weeks, which isn't bad. A lot of people are booked out months. But I'm able to schedule things accordingly. If somebody was to start the process, let's say I met with you today, for example, and you're like, well, we're ready to go. This is kind of what we're looking at. Basically, I would sit down, I'd meet with you, find out what you're wanting in this space. Then we would walk the space in the basement, and I would start to make sketches. One of the things I do for my customers is I actually lay it out with like a blue painter's tape. Wow. So they actually can see the walls, they know where the doorways are, they can walk into their spaces. A lot of people don't do that, but it's something that's kind of important, because you can be like, this room is actually too small. Can we extend this wall out? And I can just literally move the tape right then. Yeah, until we get the layout that the customer wants. Then I find out, well, what are you thinking of finishes? Maybe you can go online, look for some pictures so I kind of know what you're wanting. And I also can direct you to go look at different things depending upon what you're telling me that you want. I design everything out. I go to regional building. I pull all the permits. And then it's called attachment. My plumber, electrical, mechanical, my different contractors will then attach to my permit as the master permit. And then once that's done, then basically I have all the lumber delivered. I have the framer come out. I usually work with the framer hands-on and make sure everything's correct and get everything framed up and go through the process at that point.
Is it easier to work with a basement that, like you said, has a kitchen and a bathroom and is what you would say is finished and then come in, or is it better to work with a completely unfinished basement?
So if you had a basement that was already done, and let's just say it's outdated, then again, I'd have that same meeting with you, and I'd be like, okay, so what are you wanting? Do you want to get rid of what's here? What do you want to keep? And at that point, I might have to draw a secondary plan. So I'd have to draw a plan of what's existing, and then I draw another plan of what you're wanting. And it's just knowing how to draw the plans and how to word everything that you're wanting to do. And so that kind of would be up to you. And my conversation with you, like, okay, so you really like this bathroom. You remodeled it 3 years ago. Let's keep that. And, on the plan, I actually circle that and I say this is to remain. It's existing. But yet the scope of work is we're going to do this, this, and this. And then as long as regional knows that and everything's documented, then you just move forward from there.
Cool.
What makes you different than any of the other handyman, basement remodel contractors out there? Like, why would I want to choose you over anyone else? What makes you specifically different?
I think the first thought that comes to my mind is overhead. I am a sole proprietor. As a general contractor, it's primarily just me. Yeah, I have subcontractors that I use, but I'm mostly hands-on for smaller jobs and stuff like that. And I have over 25 years experience. And with that comes a lot of knowledge and problem solving, and frankly, your skills and abilities and your ability to problem solve, use tools effectively and efficiently. But going back to overhead, if you were to go, there's companies in my mind right now that they have 6, 8, 10 guys, and they have an office, and they have 4 trucks, and they have this and that and the other. Well, their insurance costs, their office costs, probably other costs associated with having that many employees working for you. And I met other people, like a basement, let's say they charge $90,000, $100,000, $120,000 for a basement. I can go in on that custom basement, which might have, let's say, 3 bedrooms, a bar, kitchenette area, 2 custom bathrooms, and they're charging over $100,000, and I come in for 50 or 60. So I'm at 50% of the cost of what they're charging, but I'm still making the same money. I don't have all the overhead. So I still making my money. I'm happy. The homeowner is saving $50,000, $60,000 on a large custom basement, and there's not the overhead, so I'm able to save the consumer money.
And how do we find you on social media?
Well, I'm currently in transition with my website, so the website will be up and running soon.
Okay.
So right now I don't have an online presence like I would like, but being a small business, I do so many different things that I'm just busy. I just got to get it done. It's one of those things. But I would say, call me.
Give me one of your cards if you have one,
Definitely.
and I'll reach out to you, because that's what I'm doing with Small Business Showcases, helping grow the page. And
well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, well, he just needs to sign the dotted line with the sponsorship, and he'll be ready to go.
That's right.
I've been telling him that he should put the finishing touch as one of the sponsors and really broadcast it out there, because everyone knows you for the handyman, but it's breaking you away from that and really showcasing that transition now for switching it over and getting that up and going.
Yeah, and that's one of the hardest things is starting a new entity or starting a new business or whatever it is, and going into basements. It's like, as a sole proprietor or self-employed person, it's like, how do you get yourself out there to people that need you or that would could use you? And you've been very instrumental in helping me with that, and that's why I'm here today. And so I appreciate you for inviting me, and I look forward to hopefully having you sponsor me with your show and moving forward with that. So thank you.
Because Finishing Touch, he's got a cool little logo that I made 3 years ago for him. But
wow, it's
a little saw, which I was new in the business back then, so I'm sure we could come up with a better logo, unless you want to definitely still keep that logo.
No, I mean, that was a cool collaboration project. I kind of had a vision of like a saw blade, with the verbiage in it and the logo and this, and between our conversations, we were able to put that together, and then you kind of did the graphic part of it, and next thing you know, I have my business cards with it. I had shirts printed out, got my truck logos, and so
Wendy is watching right now on the live video. She's the one that did your magnets and shirts, so she says hello, Lance, on the comments.
Oh, thank you, Wendy. Hi, I appreciate everything.
So we are out of time today. We do appreciate you for being on the show and being on the showcase, and we love to see you grow with your business and being able to tell your story as you grow with the Finishing Touch. And we want to do a shout out to Ruthie for being the guest co-host today, as well as Brandy with Pendleton Heating and Cooling and Alex's Super Moving Brothers. Tune in next week for another great show of the Small Business Showcase. And you guys have a great rest of your week and stay safe out there.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's great.